Alligator Alcatraz. This 30 square mile area is completely surrounded by the Everglades. Presents a efficient, low-cost opportunity to build a temporary detention facility because you don't need to invest that much in the perimeter. When people get out, there's not much waiting for them other than alligators and pythons. Nowhere to go, nowhere to hide.
That was Florida Attorney General James Uthmeier pitching a new and less fun version of Gatorland called Alligator Alcatraz. The Attorney General posted the video on X on Thursday with his pitch for the new holding facility. Let's listen to the rest of what he had to say.
Within just 30 to 60 days after we begin construction, it could be up and running and could house as many as 1,000 criminal aliens. This presents a great opportunity for the state of Florida to work with Miami-Dade and Collier counties. Alligator Alcatraz, we're ready to go.
Uthmeier said the facility could be built at the Miami-Dade Collier Training and Transition Airport. If they move forward on the center, it could be operational within 30 to 60 days of construction, house up to 1,000 immigrants, and would be surrounded by alligators and pythons. Here's what that area looks like on a map. You could see it is in the middle of the Everglades. The Department of Homeland Security reposted the video, but it's not clear if the proposal will move forward. Cenk, what do you make of this?
I think it's a great idea to build a building on top of a swamp. That sounds like a really genius move, okay? Look, this is kind of a depressing story. It sounds funny, right? Alligator Alcatraz. But the reason why it's a little bit depressing is because, unfortunately, this appeals to Republican voters. They think like, oh yeah, that's cool, man, that's badass. So if somebody escapes from the prison, the alligators are gonna eat him to death. Is that cool? I mean, like if you saw that happening in the real world, even if the guy committed a robbery or did something really bad, you really want him eaten to death by alligators? I mean, like maybe it's fun in a movie, you know, to get the snakes off the plane or the alligators off the Everglades, whatever, right? But it's not a movie, it's real life. And so are they really gonna do it? Almost certainly not. But did Trump actually send people to a dungeon in El Salvador? Yeah, he did. And did the Republican voters like that? Generally speaking, not all of them, but generally speaking, the significant majority of them like it? Yeah, they did. Guys, you're telling on yourself. Like maybe you're good with it, but you're saying, I like cruelty. That's why your politicians are giving you cruelty. That's why this guy is doing an ad about like, haha, you know what, guys, vote for me, man. I want to feed human beings to the alligators. And then I want to feed the Christians to the lions. Wait, I didn't mean Christians. I meant just feed, well, they might be Christian, but it doesn't matter. Bad guys to other animals. Okay, you must be really proud. Sharon.
Yeah, they are proud, and it's catchy. If you're of that ilk, if you're this Florida AG who wants to raise your profile and get attention of somebody like Trump, it's a reality show. Most it's fun, and so it'll get done because it's entertaining. And I think much of people who look at that and say, "Oh yeah, great," they don't allow themselves to think beyond it. What if someone's eaten, and we have to see that? And I wasn't really thinking about that. I mean, the electorate who backs this kind of thing has already proven that we're not interested in the details, just the fun part, just the branding and the marketing. So it will likely happen, and this AG has dramatically raised his profile. He's all in.
Yeah, my takeaway here is this is going to be, if this were to proceed, if they did get the funds for this, it would just be a handout to contractors, construction companies that support Republican politicians. Like what they see right now is dollar signs. GEO Group, Core Civic, their stock prices are going up. Palantir getting huge contracts from the government to facilitate this mass deportation effort. I think what they're seeing here is, hey, there's tons of money flowing around with these mass deportations. How can we get some? Oh, we've got a plot of land. Let's build a prison on it and dress it up into something that Trump's baby brain might be interested in. Alligator Alcatraz. You remember, what was a couple weeks ago, he was talking about how we need to reopen Alcatraz. So it's playing into that sensibility that Trump just like is drawn to basic stimuli. They see dollar signs, their friends, their buddies, their campaign donors benefit. It's so seedy all the way around.
Yep.
Yeah, and so you remember Trump considered doing the electric fence at the border with a moat and alligators and snakes and et cetera. And he asked if the military could shoot protesters in the leg. I mean, so guys, if you watch the Young Turks at all, you know how much I can't stand corporate donors controlling our politics. Earlier in the show, we did a story about how the bankers are basically destroying the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau through the Republican Party so that they could keep ripping off the average American and steal money from them over and over again. So I loathe those guys, right? Would I want them eaten by alligators? No, because that's insane. Would I want them electrocuted on a fence? No, I would want them to stop buying our politicians and then go away. Or if they broke a law, to have the law enforced, justice, but actual justice, real trial. If they're found guilty by a jury of their peers, you go to prison. Not you're torn apart by lions and snakes and alligators and they're shot all over the legs. No, why do you need that for? Again, it's telling on yourself and it makes no sense. But if you weren't depressed enough, I talked to a friend of mine in Silicon Valley just the other day, and you want to know what the hottest stocks are in the Valley?
No.
Defense tech. So everybody thinks anything that looks like Palantir, and that's literally what he said, they're going to invest into, because defense tech is taking over the government, and so corporations will now largely be running the military, and they're going to make a killing, well, kind of literally, and then soon they'll be running our government. Woohoo! Okay, I think I've done a good enough job of depressing you over a weekend. My work is done here.
That's
Thanks, Cenk.
wow. I need a bottle of whiskey. Yeah. Take me into the weekend. Wow.
Don't feed anyone to alligators. Okay, it's just a simple rule.
Not so simple. You're over making it too simple.
Yeah, Jesus. Every time you ring the bell below, an angel gets his wings. Totally not true, but it does keep you updated on our live shows.